right, we'll kickstart this edition with some news just coming in. Now, India today has exclusively accessed jailed Arvind Kejriwal's diet chart. Aloo, sugary fruits like mangoes in the CM's diet. The diet chart has been accessed by us. The ED says Arvind Kejriwal is binging on sweets for medical bail. BJP says first Sharab, now sugar Ghotala by the Chief Minister. Diabetic Kejriwal deliberately eating sweets. That's the big question here. Is he doing it to then manipulate his blood sugar levels so that on medical grounds he is granted bail? Is the big question. The BJP is going after the Delhi Chief Minister for this. Essentially, we have the diet chart with us that shows that usually fruits that diabetics would regulate, not eat or eat in severe moderation, like mangoes, for example, is something that the Chief Minister has been consuming while in jail. Shrishti Oja is getting us more details on that story. Shrishti, give us a sense of what all the Chief Minister of Delhi is now consuming or has been consuming.
Well, Shreya, remember Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal had very recently filed an application before Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court saying that since his sugar level keeps fluctuating, he should be allowed to consult his own doctor at least thrice a week virtually while he's still behind bars in the Delhi excise policy case. Now today, his lawyers told court that he wants to withdraw that application, but ED decided to still make submissions to inform court and made some big claims saying that Arvind Kejriwal, the food that he's consuming, the diet consists of all food which has high sugar content. Fruits like mango, bananas, or food products like aloo puris, which a diabetic person would not usually eat, are being consumed by him. Now, ED's big claim is that he's doing this on purpose to ensure that he can make some grounds for medical bail in the future. Arvind Kejriwal's lawyers, however, have opposed these claims. They have said that the food that he's consuming are all as per the diet that was prescribed to him by his doctors. Now, the court has, however, decided to go through the diet chart itself. Court has asked the jail authorities to provide the court with details of the diet chart as to what is the diet which is being consumed by Arvind Kejriwal, and the court has also asked Arvind Kejriwal's lawyers to provide the court with the prescribed diet as to what was prescribed by doctors to Arvind Kejriwal. The court has said that it will compare the two and see as to if there's any difference between the prescribed diet and the diet that he's consuming in jail. This will be heard by the court tomorrow, and it will be an important hearing because remember, Mr. Kejriwal's lawyers have also claimed that ED is only making these submissions to ensure that the home-cooked food, which as of now is being provided, is allowed to be provided by court to Chief Minister inside jail to ensure that that food is not provided to him anymore. According to him, these are just tactics by the Enforcement Directorate because nothing wrong is being done. He's only consuming the food which has been prescribed to him. ED, on the other hand, is claiming that as of now, since he's in jail, he's under court's custody. So it's important for court to ensure that he doesn't cause any, basically whatever he's doing, the diet that he's consuming does not become a hazard to his own health. These are ED's strong submissions which have come in as far as the diet that Mr. Kejriwal is consuming is concerned. The court will hear the matter again tomorrow, and that's when we'll know if any order is passed in this regard and what conclusion will the court reach after seeing the prescribed diet and the diet that is being consumed by Mr. Kejriwal. Back to you.
All right, so we have the diet chart of the Delhi Chief Minister. Now, in his diet chart, there are certain fruits and certain food items which ideally many diabetics will not be consuming simply because of the GI index in them. Let's take you through the details of it, which we have with us, and take a look at what exactly is the Delhi Chief Minister consuming. In fact, these are the details, and essentially this is the breakfast, this is lunch, and here is the dinner. The kind of things that he's been consuming is sugar in his tea. That is something usually a diabetic would not be allowed or would refrain from. Bananas again, at least the ripe ones with high GI index. Also, the other things is mango, again a fruit, which in small containers it says with high GI index. One of the vegetables that he's been having is aloo matar. I did see that. Aloo again not a good thing for diabetics to consume. Basically, it leads to a sudden spike in the sugar levels. Essentially, these are the items of fruits that that he should not be, ideally not be consuming. And that's the reason why the belief that his blood sugar levels have gone up. So I said mango, there is banana, yes, little rice is specifically mentioned. However, tea with sugar and sabzi like aloo matar, essentially which can lead to a spike in his GI index and not very good essentially for a diabetic. In fact, Nalin Kohli of the Bharatiya Janata Party is with us. Nalin Kohli, a concern here that the Delhi Chief Minister is in fact consuming these items that have the potential to increase his sugar levels. Will this become the reason then by him to then seek bail on medical grounds? What are your thoughts?
As far as the BJP is concerned, he won't be bothered about what is the food to be served to Mr. Kejriwal as per what procedure he has got to get his home food. But what we would be concerned about, the false narrative being deliberately, in a mala fide manner, maliciously, being created by Mr. Kejriwal, his colleagues in the party and his legal team to kind of create a false impression that the jail authorities are not taking care of. That his health is collapsing because the jail authorities are not taking care of him, when what seems to be the argument coming from the jail authorities or the government, the council for the jail authorities, is that he's consuming things that he should not be consuming if he's a diabetic. Now, it's very simple. If somebody is unwell and he has to follow a certain diet regimen, if he deliberately does not follow the right diet regimen, on the contrary, consumes high sugar intake like, say, mangoes or sweets, or adds sugar to the tea, etc., his sugar levels will spike. If his sugar level spikes, it will be called uncontrolled diabetes. But then the fault is not with the jail manual or the jail doctors or the jail authorities. The fault is with the man who's eating it. And the fault is with his family members who are providing it. Now, either Mr. Kejriwal and his family members or party members or legal team have decided to create this sort of argument and are trying to boost a false argument based on this diet. Then it becomes extremely serious. And the court must take cognizance of it. They are playing fraud with the legal system. They are playing fraud with the entire process. And it just again confirms that Mr. Kejriwal, his party colleagues and others can stoop to any level in trying to perpetrate a fraud. This is what seems to be coming out of it.
Okay, I'm going to thank you, Mr. Kohli, for joining us with those details. And we have these in fact, details with us about the diet plan. Remember, Arvind Kejriwal is allowed food from home. That's what the court allowed him. So I also did see another vegetable, aloo sabzi, that he's been consuming. And this is the kind of food items that ideally we wouldn't really see a diabetic consume. So if there is a concern about his diabetes, which there is what is being said, then why consume these food items is the big question here.